We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Second down, back to Sanders. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Don't say nothing. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
And that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3-and-out. They did.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Another run with Sanders. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
A pretty good looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. On 2nd and a yard, Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Rodgers.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers drops it to Jones in the flat. And they move this all the way down to the 9. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Rodgers going to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will get in to make it 8-0.
1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 38. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
They'll go again with Sanders. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Let's go, let's go. Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. I got one. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Tighten up. Check three.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Switch. 25. Check 25.
Up the middle they go with Sanders.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
That's what I do. Check. Out.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Let's get off the field.
Right here, guys. Mike 51.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Rodgers now on first down. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
He'll go right back to Tunyon.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The kick by Crosby is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. He's got room at the 30.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones with his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2.
They're going to run for it with Jones. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said,
and Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Cobb in motion right. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. From the 16, Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now Jones. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Jones again. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
51.
Watch a slat, watch a slat. Watch a slat. 51 the mic, boy, 51. Let's go, defense is hey, smash Bronco. Showing it.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Over ready. 19 tight, 19 tight. Get up. Mike 51. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Switch. Check smash. Check smash.
Second down. Here's Hurts. And he's going to go down again. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Flushed out right.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, still throwing here with a big 3rd quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Second down, back to Sanders. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Let them know. Watch twist. Patch it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Rush in. Check 31. Tight dog.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
On 3rd and short to give to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
He's tight on the right. Hey, 4 down. Watch out. Back.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Second down, back to Sanders. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ready, break. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 51, Mike. Mike 51. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. Joker, 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 joker.
Throwing is Hurts.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
51's the mic, 51's the mic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Check, check, check. Under 10, under 10, 10. Kill, kill, kill. Go.
They'll run with Sanders. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way.
Touchdown, Eagles!
Grant Calcaterra.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And they take a knee.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.